Hello there, fellow folks. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back for the What If series. Today, I'll be talking about Elvis Presley. For this vid, take an approach what could have been for him later in his career. I'll be talking about a residency. It will be the longest running shows, but it can be a different way. Why did I say it's different? Well, it's with a contract. I'll be telling a full story of what's it be called Viva Elvis. Viva Elvis. I'm not referring to the Dessert de Soleil show in its own Vegas show with Elvis. I know at the end of the original run back in 1976, Elvis hates Vegas. But let's revive a Vegas run, but this will be different. Let's bring the story to you all. So this will be the start between from 1989 to 1990, where Elvis is on the road for his Tomorrow Never Comes tour. Halfway through it, as Elvis is about to kick off the next leg of the tour, Elvis and his team were approached by new people who runs Vegas International Hilton Hotel and huge fans of his. And they asked him to do a residency offer, but he refused. But they tell him a concept idea what would the show be like, and they ask him as well to perform in an upcoming venue, but still refused. However, Elvis liked the idea and loved the concept of this show they come up with for him, just for him. Months after the tour, Elvis is on a high stake, and how he wants to do next for an upcoming decade. Couple albums been planned, a huge world tour that will be set in 1993, etc. One day in 1990, there was a phone call to the management office that they want to speak with Elvis again about a revived run for a Vegas show. However, they will fly to Graceland to talk to Elvis and his team in person. They changed up the concept, but Elvis still refused it. However, they gave him one more offer as a backup. That offer would be any year to do Vegas, but has to be at least 100 shows for the next 15 years in between. But he liked the idea. And then he agreed to do the shows. So Elvis signed for a 15-year contract to perform in Vegas in selected dates that he wants, between from 1991 to 2006. When 1991 came around, a massive schedule went insane, such as a 1991 album is about to release later in that year, planning a short tour in late 92 that would occur to promote his 1991 album, included to prepare his Orchestra 1993 tour, with an exception announcement that Elvis is coming back to Vegas 15 years after his original run that got ended in 1976. He will be performing for the very first time at Caesar's Palace. He's been there before, but not performing. Planning a brand new Elvis-style show, inspired by his last massive tour, Tomorrow Never Comes. Songs Elvis haven't performed in a long time included during its runs. He will be adding new material from each album that it will be coming in the future. And this show will be called Viva Elvis. So his first run was announced for 10 shows as a test in late 1991. The first show kicked off on December 12th, 1991, same day when he finished his run back in 1976, full circle. It was pretty massive success. The fandom wasn't expecting what a show it was. A spectacle of his artistry, doing the hits, performing songs he wasn't expected to perform, and new material from his latest album. They decided to add more dates, only selected the next 17 shows in the following year in 1992. These shows were pretty much more successful than ever. However, Elvis decided not to return to Vegas due to his touring schedule for the Orchestra in 1993. The venue thought they had an early 93 run. That was originally scheduled and they were ready to go, but they decided to cancel it immediately. And their original 1993 run as his third was going to be for over 18 shows. However, those dates got moved to an upcoming third run in the near future. During the first two runs, he had done 27 shows between from 1991 to 1992. Then 1997 came around. Elvis is back. He's recharged from his break from late 1994 to early 1997 and had a huge plan to be scheduled. However, the Viva Elvis show cannot be performed in the venue. They need to find another venue and upgrade the scale for a new generational run. So they came up an idea as a millennial futuristic style show with projector screens. The show got started while the 1998 Secret Gig shows were in preparation to find the selected dates. They announced a third Vegas run for early 1999 shows. They decided to use those 18 selected dates that was for the 1993 run, but they had to cut down into 12 shows because Elvis is planning for an upcoming world tour in the summer of that year, as it calls the 21st Century Tour. They performed at the same venue from years ago at the Vegas Hilton Hotel for the 1999 shows. The room has been upgraded since the last time he was there. A larger stage with a projected screen. With opening night for 1999 show, the audience were surprised what they seen. It was praised as Elvis' return to the same hotel he was performing since 1969 to 1976. It was pretty much successful. Elvis decided he wants to come back. After a third run, Elvis has done 39 shows. However, the other 6 shows that was planned for the 93 run, it was moved to the 2001 dates, entering a new millennium, entering a new decade, and entering the 21st century. It was announced days after Elvis completed the 21st Century Tour in late of 2000, then it got announced for additional 25 selected dates due to popular demands. So that means Elvis would be performing for over 31 shows. However, the show got moved to another venue again, but at the Aladdin Theater for the Performing Arts. For the 99 run, it was going to be moved there, but it was closed for renovations, but it's been open since 2000. As the venue used to be called nowadays, Access Hollywood Theater to PH Live, or to Planet Hollywood Live. For the remaining shows, this venue will run for the 4th and 5th runs in 2001 and 2002. For the 4th run, it went pretty much smoothly. He had completed for over 70 shows altogether. With starting the next run, the 5th run, Elvis decided he wanted to end it early because he felt a lot of pressure. After his run, he had planned for his upcoming collaboration revival tour with Tom Jones. As with Elvis' schedule will be insane from 2003 to 2006 for a new era during that time. So they announced for 12 shows, short is enough. However, a higher demand came in, but they don't want to sell it to the public before additional dates. They will save it for the future run. However, more dates got announced, but they canceled it immediately for 18 shows as the original run was for the final 30 shows. So they moved it to another time when his schedule is cleared. With the 5th run was success, but not higher like it was from the 1999 and the 2001 shows. As of this time, he had done 82 shows. Around near the end of the farewell tour, there was an expansion until in 2006. They can have a clear date for a final and 6th run for Viva Elvis. They decided to do it near the end of 2006, and the contract will be expired around that time. They announced it in 2006, coming back to Caesar's Palace, where it began back in 1991. Those 18 shows were cancelled from the 2002 run. It was moved to 2006. Elvis wanted to end on December 12th as the date he left during the original run in 76 and back to performing in Vegas in 91 as a full 30-year cycle before he retires forever. When 2006 came around, the final run is ready to be commenced. The final 17 shows has been pretty much successful, with their final show as the 18th, as would be Elvis' 100th show for a revival run. After that, Elvis is fully retired of touring forever. As nearly 72-year-old person, retirement is perfect, as he had a standard career between the highs and lows, and like I said, he had an amazing career for over 50 years. Let's calculate between from real life to what if in Vegas runs. So we have the original run from 1969 to 1976, then a revival run from 1991 to 2006. That's an insane timeline. That would be like 37 years if Elvis was still alive by this point. Well, that is it for the what if on Elvis. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Got plenty more content coming before the end of the year ends. Comment, like, and subscribe. If you guys haven't done it yet, please do so. And take care of yourselves, and see y'all next time.